Okay, boxing heads, this is Steve Gallegos, the voice of TheTitleFight.com. I had the privilege of participating in Golden Boy Promotions' media conference call for next week's welterweight showdown between Paulie the Magic Man Malignaggi and Adrian the Problem Broner. The build-up to this fight has been phenomenal, as both men have done their share of trash talking to one another. I had the opportunity to speak with Adrian Broner, and shortly after my conversation with him, Malignaggi came on the line and interrupted Broner's Q&A session, in which a huge argument ensued. Now, I can explain what happened in detail. However, we're going to provide you listeners with an extra treat by providing snippets of the media conference call. Listen in.
My bad. I had a brief intermission. Jessica was calling. But, I would like to say that it's going to be a hell of a show. Basically, I'm just going to go in the ring and do what I do best, and that's get the victory. And anything I got to do to get the victory, I'm really not worrying about jumping weight classes. You know, you'll probably see another knockout 9 times out of 10, check on my record. He's bringing pillows to a fight that I'm throwing bricks. So you should see a lot of blood, a lot of bruises before the referee stops the fight.
Adrian, how are you today, buddy?
I'm straight. What's up?
Okay, Adrian, Malignaggi is a crafty veteran. Is there any particular area of his game that you have studied in preparation for this fight?
I really don't study tape. I let my coach do that. I know that as long as I'm in shape, there is nothing I wouldn't be able to adjust to. So I'm always ready. Whatever he brings to the table, I'll be ready. Make my adjustments. I'll do what I got to do to get the victory. I know I wouldn't call him a veteran, but I know he's a slippery fighter. And if you're really not on your A game with Paulie Malignaggi, there's a chance that he can slip away and get a victory. So I'm going to be on my A game. I'm going to bring everything I have, and you'll see what I do on June 22nd.
Okay. And there have been talks circulating about a potential fight with Marcos Maidana should you get past Malignaggi. After seeing Maidana's performance last week against Lopez, does he deserve a shot at the Can Man?
I didn't see it. You could probably tell me more about it. I didn't see it.
Oh, okay.
But I heard he did get a victory. I didn't see it. Because Madonna is Madonna. Everybody knows what Madonna's bring to the table. But we're worrying about Paulie Malignaggi right now. If the best fight for Adrian Broner after this fight is Madonna, then Madonna will get it.
Okay, well, that's all the questions I have today. Look forward to seeing you next week.
Where's Lynn Satterfield? I know he's on the phone. You ready to get your ass kicked next week, bro? I'm going to beat you like you stole something. I'm going to beat you like you stole something. I'm going to beat the shit out of you. I'm going to beat the shit out of you so bad. I'm going to beat the shit out of you so bad. Your phone's not going to know whether to call me your face or your ass. I'm going to beat the shit out of you so bad. You know your record is dead. Oh, what I had to say is, he needs to, like, stop all the stuff and all the other stuff he's doing, because at the end of the day, he really has a 9 to 5. And I really want him to keep his job on Showtime, because after June 22nd, like, boxing's really not going to be his biggest job he has. Like, the commentary job is going to be the biggest job for him after June 22nd. So he's a role model, really. He's a good commentator, and people like seeing him on Showtime talking, like, so getting on the phone with me and talking crazy like that, like if Showtime hear that do him no good. I'm going to come in dance, and I'm going to leave out dance, and I'm going to be victorious. I will be 23-year-old, 3-time champion in 3 weight classes. I will make history on June 22nd. I heard there's only 2 guys that have only done it, and I will be the 3rd. It's going to be a hell of a fight, however long it lasts. But at the end of the day, man, I'm going to fuck Paulie up. I'm not a commentator, so I can't trust and say fuck Vic and fuck Paulie, so fuck Paulie. And I'm going to get this money, and my checks are bigger than this. And at the end of the day, he better keep practicing his lines, man. And hopefully the referee don't stop the fight before it get too bad, and he miss out on some jobs. Because after the fight, if the ref let it go on too long, he probably will miss out on fights, and then he would have to be at work with glasses on, and I don't know how good that'd be to his career.
Okay, fans, I'm back here with Brandon Stubbs of TheTitleFight.com, as well as Punch to the Face. Tell us a little bit about your input on this.
Absolutely wild. It's far and away the most verbal and loud conference call I've actually heard of Golden Boys had in quite some time. Broner was definitely in rare form, and Paulie was ready to trade lines right back with you.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's probably one of the most vocal conference calls I've ever been a part of. I know Fernando Beltran and Peter Quillen waged, similar back and forth on their conference call. However, this one just blows it right out the water. So Adrian kept on referencing throughout the conference call a woman named Jessica. Now, I'm not sure who he's referring to. Do you have any idea who this Jessica person is?
From my understanding, Jessica is a former girlfriend or fiance of Paulie, who's kind of popped back up here recently on Twitter and been in contact and kind of airing a little bit of the business out. That's somebody Broner doesn't particularly know, but he knew of the situation, and he's been trying to use that to get underneath the skin of Paulie here during the course of the build-up of the fight. So he likes bringing her name up because Paulie has said that wasn't going through his life. They were close, things didn't work out, but this is what Broner decided to do, to pull that personal business out in the streets to get further underneath Paulie's skin.
Yeah, and he definitely rubbed it in a major way. In fact, when he came on the conference call, he got on and then immediately got off and left us all waiting for a few seconds, and then came back on and said, "Oh, my bad. I was a little intermission there. Jessica was calling me." So, it's definitely working in his favor. As you know, Malignaggi came on the line and just immediately started taking shots at Broner. And basically, we did talk a couple weeks ago about, what our predictions would be for this fight. How do you see this fight playing out next Saturday night after hearing what you heard today?
Initially I thought that Paulie would be able to go in and just outboxing, just use his skill to go in, keep his distance in outboxing. The problem is I see now is Paulie's going to get a little bit too emotional. I think his emotions are going to run high. He's starting to take this a little bit too personal, to where he's not going to go in, focus on his game plan, and he's going to get in, try to go in and have a slugfest with Broner, which will probably be a mistake, because I have a good feeling that Broner's power is going to be able to come up with him in weight. Granted, it's two-weight classes, but I think it'll be able to come up there with him. And if that happens, Broner should be able to win relatively easy on the cards by just slugging, using his speed and his movement to confuse Paulie and not let Paulie get in a rhythm.
Yeah, absolutely. I do feel the same way. I feel that, Broner's emotions are probably going to get the best of him. The only way that Malignaggi can win this fight is by outboxing him, which he does very well, as he does have one of the highest boxing IQs in the sport. But however, based on the way that he's let Broner get under his skin, I feel that he's going to go out there and try to outslug with Broner, and that's not going to work out in his favor. So I can see Broner scoring a late knockout or, a 12-round unanimous decision. But in either case, it should be an easy night for Adrian Broner.
Absolutely. That's kind of what I see, and I think in his regards, Broner has to make an impact here since he's moving up to two-weight classes. He really needs to make a splash. He needs to make a statement, so he's going to either have to do that by knocking out Paulie, who's extremely doable, who does have a good chin, or for 12 rounds, just completely putting on a dominating performance, leaving little doubt in anyone's mind about who was the better man that night.
Yeah, absolutely. He needs to put on an impressive performance. He needs to give us a performance like he did against Eloy Perez and against and in his last fight against DeMarco, where he just went in there, handled business and scored impressive knockouts. Those type of performances, make fans want to see Adrian Broner again. So hopefully that's what we'll get in this fight.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that's what he has to do in this regards, because he wants to build himself as being the next Floyd Mayweather or, the heir apparent. As he said, he sees himself in a couple of years as being the man in boxing. fights like this are going to be what helps set him up to really do that going forward.
Yes, absolutely. So, yeah, if he continues to impress, like I've said, so many times, he is the heir apparent to Floyd Mayweather's pound for pound crown. So, definitely look forward to see what he has in store in the future. Okay, well, Brandon, I appreciate you taking the time to speak with us today. And Fight Freaks, the casual boxing fan who's listening to this, make sure you tune in to Showtime next Saturday night, because you do not want to miss this fight. It's going to be a barn burner. It's going to provide drama. It's going to provide action. So that does it for this session, Fight Freaks. Until next time, this is your boy Big Steve G. Enjoy the fights.